history, human societies were constantly out of balance. Individualism ran rampant. Depletion of resources and lack of community led
Hello.
to terrible suffering. Poor beings didn't have the firm, benevolent hand of the sovereign to guide them. Here on Eden, we all enjoy the full luxury the paradigm affords us. A perfect life of contentment and plenty. We have community, purpose, time for recreation. We sleep well at night. Work isn't strenuous or stressful. Food is nutritious and plentiful.
Okay, it's been a little bit. Where was I? On that one.
Have everything we need. Prudence dictates we take a moment to rightly appreciate it all and thank the sovereign.
Our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
The matriarch chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem. The native flora and fauna, the pleasant atmosphere, and rich natural resources represent a fascinatingly complex ecological network. To govern it, the matriarch.
Wasn't sure I'd see you again. Have you decided to help me after all?
Speech 3. Close. Well, shit. Pretty sure that's still broken. We'll try it again. I don't know what to do about that. Yep, still broken. Okay. I guess we try to do this one. How do I close this thing? Maybe here. close as I can get. No. Maybe? Oh shit.
Ready to waste them. On your command.
Should probably secure some more. Ammo. Open up.
Outsider.
Outsider. Watermelon.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have. Defend it.
I must say, I have many reservations about this. The Protectorate has always provided for us. For what reason would we forsake such a stable and safe way of life?
Because, friend, with the Protectorate, you're only surviving. With Antes, you'll be thriving.
So your superiors order you to thrive?
No. It's just something you can do on your own. You'll have bosses and employers, but it's up to you to get yourself to the top and make yourself the employer.
I see. And why would I want to do such a thing? Surely my assigned place would provide me with all the necessities of life?
Yes. But you could have more necessities, and even some unnecessaries.
For what reason would I desire material possessions which are, by definition, unnecessary? And while we're on the topic, what are you potentially gaining from recruiting?
Ah, that's one of the best parts, chum. When you sign someone else up, you get a bits bonus.
I see. This free market idea, seemingly not without merit. I'll require some time to ponder this.
Of course, friend.
It's not a totally baseless idea. That should totally be annihilated, just like all capitalist propaganda. Praise the matriarch!
I think this was the last one for the day. Time for a nap.
Honestly, I just got that one, so I might as well. I think that's the lady's house. Might as well stop in for a quickie.
You've returned. I take it matters are progressing well? Ah, well, then here are your rewards, per earlier terms discussed. I trust you'll find it all useful. Return with the remaining 5 volumes to complete the set, and I shall provide you the rarest rarities available to me.
Seeing Zeb again went different than I expected. Not that I had high hopes for tears and confetti, but damn.
Damn. If you want party.
I surely wouldn't be opposed. Reckon you can put my name on a cake too? Just aside, I must have imagined how that conversation was gonna go a dozen times over the years. Never counted on Zebulon being so barbed. Maybe I ought to apologize straight away. But I'm not convinced I did the wrong thing, leaving. Had I stayed, who knows? Likely I'd have gotten us both killed. That's fair. Might have left them a note or something. I was just worried I'd lose my nerve, but you have a point. Wasn't right of me to just up and split. Anyway, I appreciate the check-in, Commander. Was there anything else you needed? Sure. Always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
gate. Emergency protocols ready.
Ain't nothing there. Come at me. I'm the one you need to worry about.
Engaging hostile life forms.
Let me know when you need it to stretch.
Seems nowhere on Paradise Island's going untouched by this war.
Engaging combat protocols.
Get to my valve, Commander.
So it takes the same thing. Me too. Barrack Observational Reports 42-7757. Moore made what he likely thought was a joke in the barracks. During this refrain, he slyly referenced a document that as yet remained uncensored on its terminal. Whether this lapse was caused by sheer hubris or the subconscious seed of antisocial behavior is unknown. Nevertheless, it is a clear violation of the trust placed upon him by the consul. Recommend mental refreshment, followed by transfer to another division. Barrack Observational Report 42-7758. Johnson spoke in his sleep last night, words that sounded vaguely of his duties within the ministry. This may show a proclivity towards either unwitting disclosure or deep-rooted discontentment. Recommend mental refreshment. Barrack Observational Report 42-7759. Adams confessed that he's having the trouble sleeping because he can't stop thinking about being watched through the newly installed two-way glass. Undoubtedly, this is a sign of guilty conscience. Recommend mental refreshment.
I'll take fighting raps over living in a surveillance state any day of the week.
Ew.
Experiencing combat-related activities.
Dum da dum dum dum. Yoink yoink, gimme gimme.
Protectorate sanctioned wireless.
Sounds squeezy in there. I'm scared.
Ain't as tough as you thought. Hey you! Get over here before you get yourself killed.
Yes.
No, ain't got what I need. And you can't come stumbling around here looking like prey. These raps ain't had a bite to eat since their pods dropped from the look of it. And a desperate rapt is a dangerous rapt. Yeah? Well, I'm Trooper Silong. Inez, former combat medic, Enhanced Soldier Division. Now just a menial troubleshooter who looks to have gotten her job swept out from under her. They're always counting me out. Every single one of them. And now, they ain't even letting me finish the jobs they send me on. Kinda making it hard to prove myself here. And this rep didn't even have anything that could help my graft. This whole thing's a wash. Sick of it. I know, I ain't blaming you. That's part of climbing the ladder. Ain't but one rung at the bottom, and everyone's keen to get a foothold. Can't exactly afford to be picky about the jobs that come my way neither. Considering my condition, options are limited. If you had, you'd know. Unless you're accustomed to seeing folk roaming around with exposed muscle fibers or stunted extra limbs on their backs. Other than punch a hole in my armor, cause Huel at the saloon to yell in consternation, not much, at present. I'm considered a liability. My graph's all wrong. Most everyone else who got one passed or became permanently incapacitated. So they shuttered the program. It was a total failure. Everyone in Fairfield reckons my time will come soon too. But I'm still mostly upright. For now. I just know I can do more for Auntie and for the war. It's just this damn contract. Unless I can amend it so I might fix my graft, proving myself ain't happening anytime soon. Weren't many of us grafted soldiers to begin with. To think I'm one of the lucky ones. No. Enhanced Soldier Division was the fancy public-facing name for the grafting program. And when I say it was shuttered, I mean completely fucking demolished. Bet they'd erase it from the financial records if they could. It was that much of an embarrassment. In the wake of such a failure, it's left us grafted folks with
No support. I only been able to treat my own ailments thanks to Doc Tinsley in Fairfield. She worked for the program for a time. She's a good one. If the graft were an imaginary boo-boo, I wouldn't be in this mess, friend. It's paperwork that's the problem. You looked at the fine print of an employment contract lately? It says any action taken by a worker that could result in impeded work must be approved by the contract holder. Not only would trying to fix my graft impede my work, but it's also financially unviable, unproven, a risky investment. So I'm stuck with a limb that's slowly poisoning me. Could pursue fixing it myself were I out of my contract, but if I attempted to end it, I'd have to waive all employment rights for the next year. That's a non-starter. Law, no. The contract would just pass down the line of succession. It's a very long line. And anyway, I ain't a killer. No matter how much I fantasize about shutting him up when he goes on and on about how he's the father of capitalism reincarnated. Or lamenting that his mock apple martini ain't blended quite right. Ugh, never quite got the hang of those. All right. Suppose if you've been in my position and managed to do well for yourself, could be an option worth keeping on the table, if all else fails. Get the feeling you will. Anyhow, think I'll return to Fairfield to have a little chat with Milver Street. Good luck in there. Mind the rats.
Just me, or did Inez remind you of Helen? Tough like her. Shame she's been Andy's choice.
Enthusiastically neutralizing unfriendlies. The commander's vital stars have reached an alarming high. Emergency protocol syringes primed. Confronting threat. Sequencing attack strategy.
It's fucking loud.
Engaging hostile life
Oh,
form.
son of a bitch. Jesus Christ.
Providing a host of health benefits. Inbound Raptidon. Enthusiastically neutralizing unfriendlies. Highly classified information would be of interest to Minister Milverstreet.
Our console has breathed new life into the much lauded mental refreshment program, graduating hundreds of subjects in the record time. Now even the most extreme cases may be rehabilitated and invited back into the fold, their respective perspective less complicated and more loyal. Once again, tried and true methods went out over needless research and development, but console knows what's best for the Protectorate, and nothing's better than mental refreshment. When your troubled friends and neighbors stray from the bosom of the Protectorate, remember that mental refreshment is the best way back to basics, and once you're there, relearning basic skills will be as simple as second nature. Claims of the sovereign's leniency are utterly unfounded, regardless of whom the source of the rumor may be. Warden, arbiter, or vigilant, it falls upon every sentinel to ignore claims of clemency and ensure that subjects receive the harshest punishment possible for derelictions of the paradigm. I expect all administrators to observe their wards even more thoroughly from this moment on. We have discovered evidence that there may still be the order of the ascendant believers living amongst our subjects. Maintain special vigilance over any subjects observed doing complex math equations. As per previous decrees, report any suspicious behavior to the sentinels. The Order's continued hostility combined with their apparent involvement in Auntie's invasion puts the Protectorate in a position where we must all quell subversive information about the Order with haste. Double your efforts to sanitize information that runs contrary to Protectorate teachings. Such information is to be replaced with the previous circulated token anti-order information generated by the Office of the Consul. Any subjects found making pro-order statements must be reported once to the Sentinel. I'm having a stroke. Thank you. This thing is broken again.
knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away.
You know, I can't recall seeing any of these protectorate types ever run a scam on each other.
Weird, ain't it? They seem to really respect and care about each other.
Yeah, but if they even catch a whiff of disloyalty, it's a whole other thing.
A lot of fresh blood in the talent pool around here with these protectorate defectors. Not sure how I feel about that.
Any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice.
Peddle your wares elsewhere.
I don't much appreciate you undermining my work, Minister. When have I ever not made a go of a job for you, huh? Is it so damn hard to extend a mind of trust?
Calm down. You know well would not have been necessary had you completed your task in a timely manner.
I'll calm down when you stop braying your little excuses. How about that?
My, such aggression. You scarcely need add hostility to your list of inadequacies, hmm?
It's like a little chicken wing back there.
Bad Trooper Sealong, no mind. The individuality encouraged by Auntie's choice sometimes inspires employees to speak out of turn. How has your progress been? Have you acquired what we discussed? Excellent! I'm pleased that someone in my employ can be relied upon. Here, have one of my finest suits as a token of thanks. May it aid in your capture of hearts and minds.
Again, you gave away my job and told my replacement to send me home. That don't make me wayward, and it sure as shit don't make me unreliable. If this contract weren't staying my hand, I reckon you'd be answering to it right about now.
You mean grant preferential treatment to a subpar contractor? And I suppose the bits for such a procedure shall simply manifest from the ether?
And if I die or leave, how do you reckon failure to retain an enhanced soldier would look to upper management, huh?
Please pay this disgruntled employee no mind. What would she do without Auntie's hand to guide her if she were unemployed? I should think death the preferable alternative.
That's it. I'd rather be a down-and-outer for the rest of my life than crushed under your counterfeit leather boa boot a second longer. I quit!
Are you mad? Has everyone around me gone mad? This is unheard of, and I might add, you'll not be welcome with an Auntie's choice once more. We'll not take a contract shirker back into our fold.
So you say. But Auntie's choice ain't seen a trooper like me before. You'll regret counting me out. Till then, I hope you choke on your mock apple martinis. And you, I got a proposition for you. Come find me when you're done with this clown.
She will most assuredly regret her decision. Most assuredly. But I suppose that is no longer my concern. Now, where were we? Oh, yes. The acquisition of this information is but the first part of my plan to bring our foes into the fold and to ensure my future. The second is my operation in Westport. Certainly. A bandage on a gushing wound shall not a life save. Westport is a shell of the bustling town it was prior to the invasion, though a handful of protectorate yaysayers still cling to it. My plan requires their conversion. Verily. On to business. I've a kit of supplies to aid you, items to cajole or to dissuade. Sabotage the town or sway the citizenry. The choice is yours. Should pose no trouble for a go-getter like you. Westport represents a challenge. The challenge presented by the majority of the Protectorate. Fairfield citizenry were given ample incentive to fold, for they could see the freedom we offer firsthand. But the people of Westport are stubborn enough to risk death for their ideals and cannot be swayed by the lights of Fairfield. If I can convert them, I can convert anyone. Shh, not so loud. The hat can tell when you're questioning it. The people of Westport don't trust me. How can they? I am the enemy. I am the invader. I cannot help these people achieve salvation until I know what it is they yearn for. You are a third party. You're presumably trustworthy. I need you to act on my behalf. I say if the situation is serendipitous, so much the better. Excellent. Here's the kit. Advertisement tapes, ambidextrine, assorted stimulants, free samples of Purple Berry Crunch, everything you need to wage war on the undecided mind. With that, I shall mark the locale. Begin with the vigilant Hogarth. Motivate him to depart, and his subjects will trot in file behind him, woolly cow-like. Now, I'm sure you've asked yourself, for a task so involved, shall the reward be worthwhile? Well, wonder no longer. For the completion of this deed, I'm prepared to offer you an exact replica of my one-of-a-kind, limited production, gentle person's Oxonian. Then consider yourself officially deputized in the war to further innovation and the free market. Be forewarned. I can only guess at the needs of the denizens of Westport. You must engage with them, gauge their situation. Only then can you motivate them adequately. Do I look like Officer Carr to you? Guns.
I need to do speech. I'll do leadership too. And I have a perk. Ooh.
All done in
No
there?
flaws.
Was hoping we could chat.
Y'all
Hope
did.
that little dust up back there didn't put you off. My contract had me caged, and I was glad to get a few licks in during the jailbreak. Got a proposition. Since I'm newly free-ranged, and you're free-ranged yourself, thinking
I'm a
we
chicken.
ought to team up. You're going places. I want to go too. If you help me fix my graft, you'll retain the services of a fully functioning enhanced soldier. Me. Don't matter what you set your mind to, together we'll be unstoppable. And in time, maybe I'll have earned myself the clout to be welcomed back in Auntie's choice. I can be on my own for a time, but I'd rather it not be permanent. Besides, where else can I turn from nothing to something? I did. But I can't expect someone else to foot the bill if there's no guaranteed treatment will work. So I'll take on the risk myself. A go-getter attitude's always rewarded. I get it. You're skeptical. If you got more questions, go on and ask them. You'll not find me hiding anything in the fine print. Had a feeling you knew a good offer when you seen it. Once I'm in top form, you'll be pleasantly surprised to see what I'm capable of. Just gotta find out how to get there first. Doc Tinsley worked with Graffs for some time before she came to Fairfield. Damn fine scientist. Reckon we should visit her lab at the edge of town to see if she's got ideas for us.
This much of a crowd's not likely to keep a low profile. Someone ought to head back to mind the ship.
Acknowledged.
After you.
Wasn't sure I'd see you again. Have you decided to help me after all? The others paid with their blood to protect the cause. How can I be unwilling to do the same? All right. I'm going to trust you on this, if only because I don't feel my head screwed on quite right at the moment. I just hope you're not wrong. No point in remaining here then, is there? Especially since you've already gone to the trouble of unlocking the gate. Tell Zeb I'll rendezvous with him later, somewhere safe. One last request. Don't damage the transport. A lone escapee is already insult, but a sentinel killed, her transport destroyed? The Protectorate won't ignore such outright injury. Anyway, thank you again. Look after yourselves.
I know what Audra said, but what if she's wrong? I can't help thinking we shouldn't leave without bloodying the Protectorate's nose first. I could still go through with our plan from before. Sabotage the transport, make it look like an accident. Wouldn't be hard. I'm torn. On the one hand, Audra might be right. But when else are we gonna have a chance to take out one of the Consul's lackeys and a Protectorate vessel in one go? She was ready to fulminate herself before we talked her out of it. I'm just saying, maybe she ain't thinking so straight. That Sentinel's not gonna stop. She'll find new targets, new people to torture and kill. If we do nothing now, their blood will be on our hands. Be serious, Commander. This isn't the time for jokes.
He's mad.
I've spent 10 years on the sidelines watching people suffer, not being able to do a thing about it. We can do something here. So shouldn't we? Thank you, Commander. Stay put. Shouldn't take me too long. Done. Won't go into the particulars, but you can trust that ship will blow the moment it hits orbit. Let's get back to Zeb. He still needs a cipher, and he'll want to hear about what happened with Audra.
Distracted, daydreaming on the job. Mental refreshment centers are there to help.
Hello.
You've returned, but where are the others? Hold a moment. What's that in the sky? A Protectorate transport? What in the blazes was that? What of my team? That wasn't the vessel sent for them, was it? Tell me they were not on board.
A sentinel worked them over bad. Only Audra was still alive when we got there, and she was ready to blow herself up to take out that ship. Luckily, we found another way.
Damn the Protectorate! At least you were able to get through to Audra, and still find a way to avenge our fallen comrades. And what of the cipher? Thank you. I was beginning to fear I'd have to decipher this intelligence the hard way. Perhaps I was mistaken about your commitment to making amends, Niles. Thank you for being true.
Can't fault you for having doubts. But I have changed. I am changing.
I hope you'll both forgive me my earlier disposition. I'm not normally so surly. Customers? Oh, you mean patrons. And they spit? How unhygienic. I haven't much to reward you with, but take this. It's something I had started on for Niles long ago. Hopefully it fits. This information came at a steep price, but I'll put it to good use. Expect to hear from me should our cause require further assistance from the Earth Directorate's best. Never fear. Next time, I fully intend to involve you in said trouble before it develops into a full-blown predicament.
Reckon I like the sound of that. Until next time, then. Got time for a debrief, Commander? Feels good, don't it? Helping folks like Zeb and Audra hit back against the Protectorate. Almost like being back with the Earth Directorate. Yeah. Guess I am. First time in a long time I felt something kin to hope. It's easy to focus on all that's going wrong, but wins ought to be celebrated too. Wait, hold on. You can make balloon animals? That's a darn shame. And here I was hoping you might make me a canid. Shucks, Commander. I'm gonna get top-heavy if you keep paying me compliments like that. Thanks again for going out of your way to help Zeb. Now I can focus on hunting down the Vrees without feeling like I've got a rabid sprat in my back pocket.
I'm tired. Okay, bye.